And how's the dear vicar today?
My husband is quite well, thank you.
Doesn't look it, does he? Last time I saw him, he looked like he could knock him over with a fly's eyelash. You know what he needs is a good beefsteak.
My husband and I, Mrs. Boxer, are strict vegetarians.
So when it comes to food, give me something that wagged its tail.
Good gracious me! Where did all these flowers come from?
Oh, your mom bought them yesterday.
But they must have cost heavens knows what.
Well, I imagine they were a bit pricey, but nothing's too good for your mom these days.
Monstrous. And that, Mrs. Boxer, was not a noise in your head.
Oh no, that was the doorbell. I wonder who it could be.
It will be one of my sisters. Would you kindly let her in at once?
Anything to oblige, as long as I don't have to stoop or stretch or bend or climb. As the doctor said to me just the other day, a lady like you is a delicate hot-nosed flower and should be treated accordingly.
Mrs. Boxer, the door.
Oh, of course.
Not less than 10 shillings a bunch. Scandalous. Oh, Alice.
Edith, I'm not late, am I? And oh, I mustn't stay long, dear. I think the new nurse is all right, but I'm taking no risks.
How are the children?
Oh, the chicks? Well, Lambkin was sick this morning, so of course I rang Dr. Willoughby, and you know how abrupt he can be. All he said was, it's the weather, cascara, and rang off. Oh, but baby's very well. And what do you think he did just before I left?
I've no idea.
Well, he looked straight at me with the cutest smile, and he says, dum-dum, dum-dum. Quite obviously, it didn't mean anything. It was the way he said it.
Would you fancy a cup of tea? I could have it ready in half an hour or so.
No, thank you.
Well, good.
Oh, Edith, you must see the new snaps of Baby and Lambkin. I popped them into my bag, especially to show you.
Oh, not now. Later. The reason I wrote to you agreeing to meet me here today, Alice, is quite frankly, something has I'm sure I don't look for thanks, Alice, but she needn't shame us public.
What?
Yesterday morning, Arthur was walking along High Street with two of his church wardens. As they passed the market tavern, who should come out but Mother?
No!
Wiping her lips on her handkerchief just like any common woman.
Edith, that's dreadful.
Shaken as Arthur was, he had the presence of mind to pretend not to see her. Oh, but that didn't help. She just marched straight up to him and said, "Hello, Arthur. You're a bit too late. I can just have you a sherry."
Good heavens.
Arthur looked at her and said, "Really? Aren't you feeling well?" And what do you think Mother said? "I'm perfectly well, but if I felt half as bad as you look, I'd have 2 more sherry." Poor Arthur arrived home trembling. I've never seen him so upset. Never. I sat right down and wrote to you and agreed to the evening. That will be good.
To think of Mother in a public house. Supposing the Frobishers had seen her coming out, or the Wilkinsons, or the Drake Westmacotts.
Oh, we'll hear of that soon enough. Mother's determined to make herself the talk of the town, and that's that.
It's humiliating. It really is. I feel I'll never be able to lift my head again.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Alice, put that handkerchief away. Crying won't help us.
Well, I'm thankful for one thing anyways. Baby and Lamkin are too young to realize it yet.
Here's your sister. And look what she's brought with her. A black eye, a proper beauty. I never saw such a sight.
Why, Gertie, whatever?
It's nothing. I got it the other day playing hockey. Ain't St. Ursula's. Don't fuss.
All this here rocking's beyond me. When I was a girl, if you could strum a piano or do a tambourine dance, you'd be happy. Nowadays, blimey, you'd think they were training for a bullfight.
Mrs. Foster, that is quite enough.
You're right. And when you blacked your other eye and knocked out your front teeth, maybe it'll be enough for you too.
Woman, why Mother puts up with her is beyond me.
Practically everything Mother does these days is beyond me.
Gertie, she's behaving disgracefully, and something has got to be done.
And we're here today to tell her so.
What I want to know is where she gets the money.
I don't begrudge her the 30 shillings a week we allow, but £4.10 seems like an awful lot for an old lady whose needs should be very simple.
Apparently that's what they're not. Wait till you both hear this. She went into Dobson's the other day. She bought 4 new hats, costumes, 2 afternoon frocks, an evening dress, 12 pairs of stockings, and 9 pairs of shoes. Then she ran gaily among the music department, played each grand piano one after the other.
Gertie, she didn't buy grand piano.
No, she said she'd think about it and send him a postcard.
It's wicked. Downright wicked. Buying a lot of clothes she doesn't need, spending money like water.
But she hasn't got it to spend. She must have persuaded Dobson to let her open an account.
I dare say Of course, Mother always did have a freakish streak. Bohemian, they call it. Everything slapdash, Mother. Meals at any hour. Supper things not washed up to the next morning. And telling barefaced lies to the tradespeople when she hadn't a penny in the world to pay them. Buying fancy tea gowns, which ain't a decent pair of shoes to her feet. Oh, she's hopeless, and always was.
I think it's something to do with her childhood. Didn't play enough proper games. It's fatal.
Oh, why can't she be like my Henry's mother? She's been bedridden for 10 years. And she calls the chicks her two little sunbeams.
Well, the question is, what are we going to do about it? This can't go on.
Don't worry, it's not going to. Mother's leaving the town. She's going far away from here, and what's more, she's not coming back.
Has she said so?
She doesn't know it yet. All the same, she's going to a lovely house in the country, miles away, called Sunset House. You can read all about it here.
Is it some sort of hotel here?
Sunset House. Where amidst beautiful surroundings, with central heating and liberal table, old age may spend and end its days in tranquility and peace. Lovely tended garden of sleep, quite near at hand, though not within sight of the house.
Son, it's a home for elderly gentlemen, and we're very, very lucky to have heard of it.
Oh, look, here's a bit of poetry. When the sun of your life starts to sink to the west, come to the sunset, home of rest. Oh, terms, 4 guineas a week.
Oh, and here's a testimonial. The thought that my dear mother-in-law is now with you at Sunset House has lifted a great load from my mind. What's that photograph? That sort of queer bundle.
Now it says, our oldest inhabitant, age 92, suns herself happily upon the lawn. Hey, look, you can just see her nose peeping out through her shawl. Isn't she sweet?
Sunset House is the perfect answer to our problem. With Mother safely there, we shall breathe freely for the first time in years. I know I shall.
Oh, but Edith, is it sort of an institution? I wouldn't like to think of the chick's grandmother in a place like that. I really wouldn't.
Don't be silly. How could it be when it costs 4 guineas a week?
But she won't go. You know what Mother is.
Either she goes to Sunset House, or we stop her allowance instantly. And let her see that this time we mean what we say. We paid the piper quite long enough, I fancy. It's about time we called the tune.
I hate upsets like this. Edith, she'll make a scene. You know she will.
Let her. For heaven's sakes, Alice, don't be so weak. Anyway, in a year, at the rate she's going, she'll probably be falling down and lying in the gutter.
Shh, I hear something. It's Mother.
Oh, no, Edith, don't forget, persuasion first. Shh. Katie! Katie! Where are you?
I'm here, missus. What did you want?
Oh, girls, here I am at last. Here I am. Have you been waiting long? Katie! Katie! Where is that woman? Katie!
Yes, missus.
I've bought some more flowers. Bring vases and bowls and jugs and things.
Mother!
Just a minute, dear. Oh, there. I see you've been buying a few flowers lately. Aren't they lovely? Oh, yes. Oh, I can't live anymore in this room. These will have to go in their bedroom. Oh, I'll just feel like a film star. Or the king's plaything, can't I? Flowers in a bedroom are most unhealthy. Well, and how are you, Alice? You and Henry still munching away on rabbit food? I adhere to our strict vegetarian principles, Mother, if that's what you mean. Well, just as long as you don't try to convert me. The last time I had a meal at your house, my tummy rumbled like a runaway lorry for hours. Good heavens, Gertie! What have you done to your eye?
I haven't done anything, Mother. A hockey stick did it.
You know, I think it improves you. It gives you a touch of what the French call farouche. You should wear it all the time. Hello, Alice. How are the brats?
The chicks, Mother, they're quite well, thank you.
Chicks. Alice, dear, you're not only talking like a broody hen, you're beginning to look like one. I think it's that bad. Katie, on the table, please.
Oh, ain't they choice?
Yes,
They're
certainly.
almost as good as artificial.
Yes. Oh, they're lovely. We'll just ram them in anyway, and I'll arrange them later. There. Just, yes. You can leave them here, Katie, and I can look at them while I'm talking to the girls. Well, they're talking to me.
That's right. You let your back hair down and loosen your stays. Have a nice chat. Ta-ta.
Mother! The way you let that terrible woman talk to you, it's just scandalous.
Now, Gertie, there's no sense of you trying to look indignant. Not with that colored eye. Just makes you look like a female pirate in a pet.
Gertie's quite right to be indignant. You allow that woman to talk as though she were a friend.
But so she is. She makes me laugh. And anyone who makes me laugh is a friend.
Friend. A woman like that who's nothing but
Edith, not in front of the roses, please.
a low, vulgar creature.
Oh, is that all?
No, it's not. Mother, we're here today to put an end to things once and for all.
Oh, dear. How sinister that sounds. And then things. Just like 3 avenging angels.
And you'll do no good this time by trying to turn everything into a stupid joke.
No, indeed, things have gone on quite long enough.
We're here this afternoon to tell you.
Edith, don't forget. Persuasion Edith? Ah, Sunset House. Oh, how very nice. What a pretty name. Yes, isn't it pretty? Yes. And here's a picture. But what is it? Oh, I see. A home for elderly gentlewomen. How very nice.
I'm glad you think so, Mother.
Oh, I do. And when were you thinking of going, Edith? And will Arthur be going with you? He's not really an elderly gentlewoman, but perhaps they'll never notice.
But Mother, it isn't...
Quiet! It's you, Mother, who is going to Sunset House.
Oh, don't be silly.
We talked it over and we quite decided.
You should think yourself lucky, Mother. I know I should.
Oh, and it isn't an institution or anything nasty like that, is it, Edith? Now, just a minute. Have you three been planning to put me away?
Well, there's no need to put it like that. It's time that we took steps and we're taking.
Well, let me tell you, Edith, right now, you're taking it in the wrong direction. Nothing on earth would induce me to go to your wretched moonshine house. Me, indeed, about a bunch of wretched old decayed gentlewomen. No, thank you. Can you just see?
Mother, you're not going to laugh this one off.
But I'm perfectly happy where I am.
Possibly. But we, let me tell you, are not.
You're not behaving. You've been behaving very badly, Mother. You know you have.
Quite disgraceful the other day coming out of the market town.
Well, one must come out sometime.
Poor Arthur was horrible.
Edith, dear, I've been into the market tavern several times lately. It's warm and cozy and friendly. And the barmaid calls me dear. It's been a long, long time since anyone else called me dear.
But Mother, you'll soon make friends amongst the old ladies at Sunset House. And they're really nice friends.
Oh, yes, I can just picture them with the pink cotton wool in their ears and Bender's food flowing like water. Oh, no, it won't do. You can't get rid of the body that way.
Now, listen, Mother, we don't want any fuss. But you're going to Sunset House, and on that we're quite determined.
If you would just behave like any other old lady of 70, things would have been fine.
We never know what you're going to be up to next to shame us. And we can't stand the strain anymore.
You don't seem to realize it, Mother, but we three have a certain position in this town. Alice here is married to the best solicitor in the place.
Only the best is good enough for Alice. You can tell that by the hat.
Gertie is game mistress at the high school, while I'm married to the vicar of the parish.
From the age of 9, Edith, you were determined to marry into the church. No less than 3 pale young curates packed in a hurry and fled the town before you finally got Arthur into a corner.
I did no such thing. Arthur begged and implored and beseeched me to marry him time and time again before I said yes. He was merely frantic.
All right, Edith, you don't have to make him sound like a servant girl in trouble. harmless shopping. Surely.
Harmless? What did the bill come to? Did you hear me, Mother? Where's the bill? I want to see it.
After all, Mother, we will have to settle it in the end.
There's no point in being stubborn. Look in her writing desk drawer.
£73?
What?
Oh, Mother! Look, just a minute. This is a receipted bill.
You mean you actually paid for the things?
If you can act like a female thug on lettuce and lentils, Edith, God knows what you can do after a good beefsteak.
How did you get the money? You didn't save that money.
She never saved a penny in her life. There's something fishy going on around here. I insist you tell us, Mother, where you got the money to squander.
Hey, she doesn't have to tell me. I knew there was something different about this room. Look, the picture is gone. She sold the picture.
How very clever of our little Ruby then. She's right. I sold the picture. Vernon got it soon after we were married as a part payment for a debt. It was mine to do as I liked with.
But that awful thing, it was so dirty and dark, you couldn't even tell what it was about.
The man seemed to like it. He said it would clean up beautifully.
You couldn't have got 70 odd pounds for that. It wasn't worth 70 shillings.
Well, as a matter of fact, I got rather more. 15,000 pounds.
Mother, can you say that again?
Certainly. I love saying it. 15,000 pounds. 15,000 pounds. 15,000 pounds.
This is one of your stupid jokes.
There, that bit right there. Read it, Edith dear. Read it.
Sensational art discovery. Valuable painting in suburban villa. 15,000 pounds. It's true, Alice. 30, it's true.
Let me see that.
Superb landscape by Giovanni Minetti. Thought to have been lost. Windfall for widow. 15,000? Oh, no, it's no use. No, I know this isn't really happening. There'll be a knock at the door in a minute. Yeah, then the morning tea. And then I shall wake up.
And there beside you will be a picture no artist could paint. Henry.
Mother, how did this happen?
Well, if you really must know, it was through my friend Mr. Smithers at the antique shop.
That awful man drinks like a fish. They say he beats his wife with a toasting fork.
Well, it probably served her right. And anyway, it's a very picturesque he said, like to me after he put on his spectacles and taken a better look at it, he said, you know, Mrs. T, I think you've got something there. If that isn't an honest-to-God, genuine Manetti, then my name isn't Smithers. Well, anyway, he wrote to a gentleman in London and told him about it, and the gentleman came and looked at it, and he wrote to another gentleman, and he came and looked at it. And then 3 men came in a Rolls-Royce car. In fact, in less than a week, no fewer than 9 strange gentlemen called at this house. And they decided that it was a Manetti picture, all right. And what would I take for it? Well, before I could say anything, dear Mr. Smithers chipped in and said, I think Mrs. Treetops might be tempted by £15,000. Well, I nearly fainted. And they said, well, yes, they would pay that if they could take it with them. I just had enough strength left to say, yes, take it.
But 15,000 pounds. Just think, I can hardly grasp it.
You don't have to, Edith. I've already done all the grasping that was necessary.
You really have the money?
Oh, you should have seen the bank manager's face when I took the check in. He invited me into his little room and called me madam 17 times in 10 minutes.
You're a wealthy woman, Mother. A really wealthy woman.
It's wonderful. Really wonderful.
Yes, isn't there? Oh, for goodness sakes, Alice, come out of that trance.
Oh, well, I was just wondering. We've got a little picture in the servant's bedroom. Of a little boy wearing a blue velvet suit blowing bubbles.
What I can't get over is Mother sitting in this room all those years with all that money on the wall.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Of course, this puts a whole different look on things. There's no question about a Sunset House now.
There never was.
Well, circumstances do alter cases, don't they? Oh, no, Mother. Sit in the easy chair and be more comfortable. Think. Why, Mother?
Cushions are for old people. I'm only 70. And where are you racing about for, Bertie? You're not on the hockey field now. Sit down and don't fuss. And you too, Edith. No, not over there. On the settee. There you are. The 3 of you in a row.
Kind of reminds you when we were back in school, eh, Mother? Mother, why are you looking at us like that?
I'm taking a little mental snapshot of you to store away in my mind. Because you see, I'm seeing you for the last time.
What do you mean?
In a few days, I'm going away, and I'm not coming back.
But Mother, please, you're not to do anything in a hurry.
No. Now listen, Mother. You come and talk to Henry. Henry will arrange things for you.
Henry's too late. They're arranged. I'm taking a nice little flat in London, in Kensington.
Kensington?
And what is wrong with Kensington? It's perfectly And not one of you gets a penny.
But I'm sure, I'm not thinking of myself, you know.
No, you're thinking of those horrid chicks. I can't bear the sight of them. I never thought to see shifty eyes in a baby, Alice, but yours has them all right.
What a dreadful thing to say. I've got two wonderful children, and everybody says so.
All right, Alice, all right. I know what's on your mind.
Mother, I asked you, come back to the vicarage with me. Let Arthur talk to you, please.
Arthur? Oh, yes. I'm sure Arthur will see me as a promising customer now. Try to sell me heaven like a vacuum cleaner. I've seen him at it. And I know your idea of heaven too, Gertie. A field the size of Salisbury Plain with a lot of great wacky angels racing about with golden bodies.
Oh, Gertie, please. Mother doesn't mean half of what she's saying. Now, listen, Mother, we're going to forget about London and everything. This wonderful thing that's happened to you has embellished you in some way. It would anybody. But in a few days' time, you'll be able to think more clearly, and we'll come back and we'll have another little nice talk and make some real sensible plans for you.
Not if I can help it. It's no use. You can talk till you're black in the face, but my mind's made up.
We can't let you go off on your own. It just simply isn't to be thought of.
Well, you're finding it easy enough to think of just now. All you wanted then was for me to be as far away as possible. I was to be dumped in a home for old women and forgotten. Just like an old dog that's become a bit of a nuisance. Tie a brick around its neck and drop it into the canal.
Mother, how can you say those things?
And she couldn't either if she'd ever really loved us. But she never has, not even when we were children.
I should say not. You three were the most unlovable trio that you'd find in a day's march. And frankly, as women, I find you detestable. Mother, detestable. Cold, snobbish, mean, and joyless, with tiny little shriveled up hearts sticking away inside and lemon juice in your veins. Sit down, Edith. For years now, you three have been ashamed of me. Don't you deny it. Ashamed. You've made positions for yourself in the town. 3 big frogs in a tiny little pond. A dome of that. You're somebody's. You fancy yourselves. And I don't fit in. I'm just a touch common, and I let you down. Oh, yes, I go into public houses and have a glass of sherry. I hum little songs to myself as I walk along the street. And I laugh too often and too loudly. In fact, I'm all the things that you thank God you're not.
Mother, how can you?
Well, I'm just to be kept in the background and only invited to your homes when you're sure your fine friends won't be called. Oh, yes, I'm the family skeleton, all right.
Well, it's fine for you to say all those things now. Say all these things. But where would you have been if it hadn't been for our charity?
Charity. Charity. Yes. That ought to be a beautiful word. Somehow it isn't. I'm glad it's only money that I owe you, and not affection. in the only language that he understood. A smack over the head with a meat axe.
Oh, you don't mean she murdered her husband? Oh, no.
Yes. At first they were for hanging Katie Boxer, but they changed their minds and put her in prison instead. And then, a long, long time later, 1st of April it was, they let her go.
And you let that degraded character like that about you? It's even worse than I thought. It's terrible.
A murderess? A jailbird? What else is she?
Oh, Mother.
How can you have her in this house? How can you?
You wouldn't have her in your house, would you, Edith?
I should think not. Indeed. Whatever you may lack, we have our pride.